if you're watching this video, it's probably off the back of last week's Hyrox. At this point, this is being filmed before the event, so I don't know how that's going to unfold. Hopefully we've done well. Probably going to be quite an emotionally charged video, just with the things that I've spoke about at the end. And you will have seen or heard me speak about the upcoming goals that we've got continuing. So this is going to be episode 2 as a follow along to the last video. And the winter arc and the things that I've been sticking to is setting when then goals. So what I've done over this period of where training's been really difficult and there's been other things, there's been other priorities, there's been a lot of things to deal with that I didn't expect to deal with. I think it's important to prioritize goals and have those set in and break those down. And then this is where the then comes in. So the then is the rewards. The reward that you're giving yourself for hitting these smaller chunk down goals. So the purpose behind this is realistically positive reinforcement. It's driving home habits, which is what I've been doing. So the mantra for me over this last training block and continuing into the next 4 to 5 weeks before Hyrox Marseille is basically when I'm training, imagining myself standing behind myself and thinking, are you going to get after it, Benoit? Are you going to do something today? And that's what's going to help me really drive through those workouts where I just sometimes can't be bothered going. So the rewards for me have just realistically been going out at the weekend for some food. I've been buying myself new bits of kit. So I wore these new Sauconys for the last event. I've been doing a bit of retailer shopping and just trying to be kind to myself basically over the past couple of weeks and give myself small rewards for those small broken down goals. So the goal is sub 65. And with that, don't need to set too many goals at the moment. Let's keep it simple. So we're in for our last week now before Hyrox Manchester, and today's the last big session. Let's get it done. Wake up 30 minutes earlier and read for 15 minutes. This for me is just like a really nice, easy way to transition into the day and get away from waking up in a rush, trying to throw things around to get ready in the morning and feeling like immediate sensations of anxiety. By getting up 30 minutes earlier, it just helps me really create a buffer for the day and also read for 15 minutes, which I actually find almost lubricates my day and sets me off on a good path whilst also learning something for the day. So if you're one of those people who knows your morning routine is a bit off, but you don't want to go outside and stand on grass and take in sunlight and have an ice bath and have greens, just doing something as simple as 30 minutes earlier on the lawn with 15 minutes to read the book. I've actually been reading Fortitude at the moment, which is really good, but I'm one of those people who likes to read 2 at the same time. So the other book I've been reading is called Attachment. It's all about people's attachment styles and personalities within relationships. Super useful, great read, and really good reviews if you want to check it out. I also read sort of 15 minutes before bed. I think what I've noticed with a lot of clients is that they're struggling with sleep at the moment, specifically since clocks have gone back. So again, just whipping out a book 15 minutes before you go to bed, getting away from lights, screens, things that want to grab your attention and transition into things where there's some eye movement, even journaling and writing, helps me just focus on one thing and drift off into a better sleep so get better quality. Number 3 of the winter arc is going to be maybe a strange one for some people and sometimes one that you might not think about, but it's self-care. So that might be being the simple things. It might be eating well, it might be going for the haircut, it might be buying a new outfit, it might be doing the thing that just makes you a little bit more happy. It can be those things that sometimes just simply fly under the radar and that we don't think about anymore. And I think the big one for that is probably managing your social media and online presence better, or the things that you're consuming better, whether that's muting people, blocking people, or just doing things that don't contribute to you feeling better in yourself. So the thing that I've got planned today is I've got physio. Obviously watching this video again in the build up to Hyrox at the weekend. I'm going to be getting a lower leg flush out. I'm going to be doing a little bit of sauna. I'm going for a haircut. And then I bought myself some new shoes for race day and a couple of new bits. Just to, again, I think when you're going through things or when your mindset isn't in a great place, self-care is a massive way that you can preserve your own happiness, work on you a little bit directly, be a little bit selfish, to be selfless, and just fill your own cup a little bit. So back on the cards again, as I'm just kind of like now eating some more carbs in the build up to the weekend. We'll get a bit steamy there. Here's the usual oat ball, and then I'm just gonna add some MyProtein. I like the coconut oil one. I know a lot of people don't, but the peanut butter, and then just add in some cinnamon and some honey, and that is gonna be the meal for today, to start the day. So winter arc, rule number 4, no drinking or limit drinking. I think from doing a year or 12 months sober, well, same thing, that it was probably one of the most enlightening, productive and empowering years of my life. However, I think probably the biggest win from this period of time was actually when I went back to drinking again. So I never started that journey to never drink ever again, but when I went back to drinking, it actually gave me a lot more self-control and meant that I could say no or limit the amount of drinks that I had instead of just having to go to the bar every 10 minutes when I had an empty bottle. And this was really something for me that made having a drink that much more enjoyable. So for rule number 4, I'm not saying that you need to give up drinking. I'd say if you are a big drinker, try and reduce that by, I don't know, 25% or 50% and bring that down, because as part of the winter arc, if you want to train at your best and be at your best and be optimal for a 12-week period of time, then by default, alcohol is going to push you further away from that. So I'd take a serious sit down and maybe even break down the advantages and disadvantages of it. I know that can be difficult if you're in a Christmas period or whatever it is, and that's why I'm saying you don't have to knock it on the head or quit it altogether.
Work out daily as part of the winter arc and something that I've definitely been doing. That doesn't mean that I'll be working out and training hard 7 days a week. That may sometimes be just moving my body, having an active rest day, going for a walk or doing something, because I believe that in order to better your mindset and your mental health, that lies directly upstream from doing something physical. One of the big things that has obviously been in my training for the past couple of weeks, with obviously going through a big life change at the moment, is sometimes I just haven't felt like training. There's the things that happen in life which mean that you can't always be 100% committed, and if that means that I can't send it, I'll see it. And what that means is if I can't always go balls to the wall with a really hard session, I'll just see it out and I'll get the session done. It makes me feel better, because I've never been in for a workout and thought, do you know what, I wish I hadn't done that. I've always walked away feeling better mentally.
And my final rule for Winter's Arc is track it. What gets measured gets managed. Whether it's the use of an app, a pen or paper, some kind of habit tracker, make sure you're ticking things off, writing things down, journaling or note taking. Trust me, doing the thing feels so much better when you see progress. Now, one of the things I'm using it to track my weight and my body composition at the moment is this scale, an app called Hume Health. Now, I'm not going to take you too much about it because I want to try and make some use out of it first over the next few weeks, but the things I have been tracking are body composition and some of the other metrics that are within here, which kind of show my lean body mass and some of the other details, such as muscle mass, BMR, and specific areas where I'm holding body fat and tissue. Now, I'm very much an old school guy where I like to use pen and paper and log things that way, but I do like the use of this app, and of course my own app, the MyCoach app, which I will leave the link in the description for more details if you're the kind of person who needs some help with either your hybrid training or Hyrox training in the near future.
So I think sometimes we can get caught up in like the hustle Mondays, the shark mentality, all that bullshit quotes online, and we lose sight of what's really important via being in the constant pursuit of more. And that's what I kind of wanted to get across with this Winter's Arc that I'm applying myself, but with certain rules and regulations, because the question that I still ponder is, can you be in a self-development sphere and still be content? As the quest for more always leaves us punching down when it comes to really receiving and the ability to be content, because we're swapping the now for the when. And unfortunately, as you can probably tell, I'm starting to get a bit of a cold, which I'm trying to stay on top of vitamin C, my greens, because we're only literally around the corner from Hyrox Manchester. Now, if you're watching this, I've already competed, so you will know where I've finished. Not technically before me, but you'll know before this video goes out. And this is going to be part of a mini series in the build up to my solo pro race in Hyrox Marseille. So if you want to continue to watch this series and tune along with me as I get in the prep for that and some races I've got next year, please make sure to hit that subscribe button because it does really help me, and make sure to hit that like button if you like this video. I'll see you there.